Hey everybody, let's bring some new life to an old photo with the help of AI. So I was going through some of my older images and trying to clear some space off my desktop, because we do that periodically if we're doing well. And I found this image that I did, a little bit in the develop module and took care of the highlights and things like that. And I was out on a boat when I took this, so the horizon was crooked and whatever. So it's been sitting here for years. So I want to take advantage of some of the new aspects of Photoshop and give this a little AI treatment, but I want to do something else to it first because there is a lot of, kind of empty space here that I want to add a little bit of life to. And normally, if I just wanted to do that part of the process, I would add a texture in Photoshop. So I'm going to do that first before I do the AI work. So let's bring this into Photoshop. So I went onto my external hard drive and I found a few of the textures that I've created in the past that I thought I might like to try here. So let's see. That one's got some nice colors to it. Let's try this one. Okay, so specifically what I want to do is I want to put the texture behind this boat. I want to cover up some of the water and have it added to the sky to give it a little bit of life, but I don't want it to cover up the boat. So I'm going to go select subject, love this, and I'm going to make a few adjustments here. I'm going to select my quick selection tool, hold down the shift key, and kind of bring a little bit more of this boat into the selection. This does not have to be super specific because I'm not doing something highly technical here. Oops, let's hold down the option key because I don't want this sky. I really just want the mast and the sail. So we'll get rid of all this. If this is already a little confusing to you, I have a Introduction to Photoshop Layers class. I'll put a link in the description. It's very, very helpful on learning how to do these processes a little bit faster and easier, which is always a good thing. So I'm going to, I don't want it on the subject, right? So I'm going to say select inverse, because that will select the background. And I know that the background is selected because I've got all the marching ants along the edge here. So now I've made that selection. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to hit Command or Control A to select all, Command or Control C to copy, come back over here and say Edit, Paste Special, and I'm going to put it into. So paste into, and that just puts it behind my boat. I'm going to lower the opacity a little bit here. And then I'm going to start playing with my blending modes. So I want to have kind of a heavier effect on the water itself. So I might actually go with hard light, lower the opacity a little bit, and then I'm going to click on that mask. And I think I'll just remove the effect from most of the sky here. So bring this up. And I want a brush opacity probably around 20%, so I can just remove a little bit from here. So I'm going to open up my TK Gen Fill panel. I do have another video showing you how to use this, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time in here. I'll put a link for that in the description as well. So I'm going to turn this into a 1024 pixel image so that it's happy with Firefly. I'm going to go ahead and flatten this one just to make things a little easier for me. And I'm going to click on 15% because I don't want an overly zealous painterly effect. I just want to add a little bit. So I'm going to say oil painting in the style of Monet of a sailboat on the water at sunset. Adding that description actually helps it do a better job. So I'm going to click generate. Pretty cool. Let's see these. Oop, that's a bit much for me. Let's try another artist. I do this a lot. I try different artists, people that I admire. Just go ahead and put their name in here. If you're a fan of Picasso, if you're a fan of Monet, Van Gogh, whoever it is, Da Vinci, sketch art, whatever you want to do, go ahead and put their name in here and that will influence your results. So we'll try Vincent van Gogh this time and generate 3 more. That one's not bad, but I'm really not nuts about the Van Gogh images, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these. And let's try a few more. Okay, this time I did Paul Cézanne. I like those as well. Could you see spending just a little bit too much time in here? That's nifty. Just remember that when you come up with these renditions, you can always change the blending mode or the opacity or use the mask to remove the effect from certain areas of the photo. That's the beautiful thing about doing this in Photoshop. So if I wanted to bring back a little bit of my original detail all over, I would change the opacity. All right, but if I wanted to bring back a little bit of the detail in maybe just the boat, I could use the mask, select my brush, and just give that a little tap with the brush there to bring back some of the original detail. There we go. So now I've got a little bit more detail in the actual boat you can see right here versus, let's back this up. So there's before where all the details are kind of obscured, and here we can see a little bit, maybe a little bit too much considering the rest of the image. So I'm going to bring back my brush, type with the X key, bring back a little bit more painterly detail there. Okay, there you go. Back and forth, lots of fun. So let's see with the original image without the texture on it, the types of results we get. So let's go ahead and do 1024 of this one. And we'll do the same thing. 15%, generate. You can see a big difference in the overall colors and tones and feel of the image that I didn't add the texture ahead of time versus the one that I did. So when I added the texture, or even just coming in and changing the overall tones on your own with masks, you can do that to particular areas of the image before you run it through the AI. This is going to make a big difference in your results. So I've got a much more colorful image here than I do here. And that is because I added those colors, I added that texture ahead of time to give the image a little boost before bringing it into the painterly renditions with the AI. So I really like this one the best. So if I'm going to save that, I'm going to save it as a separate file. And I'm actually going to put in the file name that I used AI, that I used a texture. I'll label which texture I used just as a reminder for myself 10 years from now what I did to this image. So if I'm going to use AI on it, I'm going to say that, because I do actually do some painterly techniques within Photoshop with actual brushes. It's much more time consuming, but it can be a lot of fun. Now keep in mind, this is still a 1024 pixel image on the short side here. So I'm going to want to bring this into an upsizing software like Topaz Photo AI. I will put a link in the description for that as well, because it is absolutely fantastic. I have been using Topaz Photo AI for any up-resing that I need to do. It does an absolutely fantastic job. So you guys have fun. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you like this type of work and want me to do more videos like this. This will let me know where to best spend my time. You guys take care.